Welcome. Today is Saturday. It is January 7th, and we are here for our morning yoga class. So, for the next hour or so together, let's focus on connecting movement with breath, letting go of stress, and just kind of renewing ourselves to face the day ahead. So, make sure you've got a nice, comfy spot and a nice, quiet place, and we're going to go ahead and start with some relaxation. So let's go down on our mats. Let our arms rest at our sides, palms open, face to the sky. Let's close our eyes and begin to breathe deeply in through the nose, expanding belly, back, and rib cage on the inhale. Exhale out through the nose and feel that same area of the body contract and empty. While we're continuing to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, let's bring awareness to our face, relaxing our eyes, relaxing our jaw. Breathe away any tension in your neck. And then let's guide our breath from our shoulders all the way out to our fingertips. Moving our breath into our legs, we breathe from our hips all the way down to our toes. And then from there, let's bring our awareness and our breath into our spine, and we'll breathe from the top of our head all the way down to the tailbone, letting our breath find its way in between each segment of our spine. And then let everything completely let go. Let's inhale, arms skyward. Exhale behind us. Let's stretch out through all of our fingers. Push out through our heels, stretching the body long and straight. And then let everything go soft. Lift the arms back up, and let's return them to our sides. Once there, let's bring left knee to chest, give ourselves a big hug, and we'll flex and point that foot. And let's roll the ankle around. We want to lead with our big toe. And then do a few going the other way. And then we'll let our foot rest. Now switch legs. The other knee pulls in. Give it a nice close hug. We'll flex point. Easy circle with our ankle. And then let's reverse. And just allow your foot to rest. Now let's bring both knees in close to the body, giving ourselves a giant size hug. Let's rock a few times side to side, massaging either side of our spine. And then come back to neutral, and we'll circle both knees around and around. And then we'll go the other way. And then just keep your knees tucked in super tight to your body. Let's tighten the belly as we press through the back of our ribs and bring our nose up towards our knees. We'll rest the head back down. Let's keep the left knee pulled in, but stretch the right leg out onto the mat. And then try extending your left leg towards the sky, pushing out through the heel. Let's flex and point that foot again. And then just hold the foot flexed, spread your toes out really wide. Scrunch them up tight. Spread wide. Scrunch tight. Once more, spread wide. Scrunch tight. And then let your foot relax. Let's lower the leg all the way down. And then we'll switch. Bring that right knee in close to the body. And let's extend it towards the sky. Point and flex a few times. And then we'll keep the foot flexed and spread our toes out really wide. Scrunch them up tight. Spread them wide. Scrunch tight. Once more, spread wide. scrunch tight, and then let the foot relax. And then bend that knee so it comes back in towards your chest. Tighten the belly, come up so your nose meets your knee. And then we'll bring the other knee back in and let the head come back down. A few more rocks from side to side. And then let's circle both knees around and around. And we'll go the other way. Good, and then just keep the knees tucked in super close. And then we'll let the feet rest down. Space your feet apart about hip distance, toes in, heels out. Arms at our sides, palms open, face to the sky. Start to slowly peel your spine off the mat, one vertebra at a time. Keeping the weight out of your neck and feeling the activation in the buttocks and the hamstrings, but not in the quads or the knees. And then we'll slowly melt back down. Try that again, tightening the belly. Let's peel up off the mat, holding our hips up nice and high. And then release back down. Once more, let's tighten the belly and peel up off the mat, holding the hips nice and high. And then slowly release back down. Once we've made it back down, knees come back in towards the chest. Tighten the belly, press through the back of the ribs, nose towards knees. And then as we exhale, we're going to roll up. And then once we've made it upright, let's come into an easy cross-legged position. Allow your palms to open to the sky, resting your hands on your knees. Continue to breathe deeply in through the nose, out through the nose. And then let your chin drop to your chest and breathe into the back of your neck. We'll lift the head, tip back, opening our throat. Again, let your chin drop to your chest. We'll lift the head, tip back, open our throat. And again, chin draws to the chest. And then lift the head, tip back, and open the throat. And then bring yourself back to a neutral place. Let's turn our eyes to look over our right shoulder. Come back to neutral, we'll turn to look left. Back through neutral again, turn to look right. Back through neutral, turn to look left. And then we're back to neutral, and we're going to let the chin fall to the chest. Let's place hands together at heart center. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale to the heart. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to the heart. Inhale to the sky. And exhale to the heart. Now let's inhale, open the arms and the heart. And exhale, hands come back together. Inhale, opening the arms and the heart. And exhale together. Again, let's inhale, open. And exhale together. Let's lace our fingers and push our palms forward. And then start pressing them towards the sky. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Let's do a little slight lean to our left. Come back up and we'll slight lean to our right. Again, lift and lean left. Lift again and lean right. And then center and let the arms come forward. From there, let's inhale, open the arms and the heart. Exhale, round the spine, backs of hands meet. Inhale wide. Exhale round. Inhale wide. Exhale round. Once more, inhale, wider, wider, widest. And then both arms reach to the sky. Now let's lower the left and keep reaching higher with the right. Side bend to your left. Sweep forward, reach to the right. Come back up. And lower down. And then let's switch. So we'll bring that left arm high, side bend, sweep forward, reaching out, lifting up, and lowering down. Shoulder rolls from back to front. A little bit larger circles. And then just holding the arms out wider, wider, widest. And float down. Let's take one more inhale. On the exhale, we're going to move forward onto hands and knees. So whatever way works best for you to get there. Once there, we've got shoulders over hands, hips over knees, tops of the feet pressed into the mat. Foundational hands, widespread fingers. Press down into second, third, and fourth knuckles on each hand and keep those hands slightly rotated inward. Let's inhale, sink our navel, lift our tailbone, lift our head, open our heart for cow. Exhale, round out for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, round cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Let's try one more. Inhale, cow. And exhale, round cat. And then just make your way back to that neutral place. Next, it's our right leg. We're extending behind us, pressing through the heel and the left arm forward, spinal balance. Exhale, lower and switch. Extend through the other arm, opposite leg. Exhale, lower, switch again. Extend and reach. Exhale, lower, switch once more. Extend, reach. And then exhale, back down. Big toes close, knees apart. We're pushing back with our tailbone. Letting your ribs drop through the knees, forehead on the mat. Turning palms towards the sky. Stretching from fingertips all the way out through the tailbone. Flip the palms over, come back into foundational hands. Let's tuck the toes and build downward facing dog. So think about letting your head dangle through extended arms, feeling your ribs pull closer and closer to your thighs, and feeling the back of your shoulder blades reaching towards the gluteals. Walking the dog a few times, we lift and lower each heel individually. And then we're going to press those heels down, down, down. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, back up into down dog. Inhale again into plank. Exhale, down dog. And inhale to plank. Now let's modify to the knees, the tops of the feet. As we lower, elbows are opening. First the chest, then the hips. Tuck the elbows in. Lengthen the spine. Press to the tops of the feet and the hip bones, and then begin to rise into cobra. Going back down, elbows opening, we melt. They tuck in, we inhale, lengthen, rise for cobra. Elbows open, going down. Elbows tuck in, inhale, lengthen, rise, cobra. And then as we exhale, push all the way back, and we've made it into extended child's pose once again. Make sure you're opening those palms to the sky, pulling back with that tailbone. Breathe. Come back to foundational hands. Tuck the toes once again, and we're back up into downward facing dog. Let's walk the dog a few more times. Raise up both our heels. Push them back down. And then inhale to plank. Modify to your knees if you'd like. Exhale, we're lowering. Elbows are opening. Chest down, then hips. Elbows tuck in. Lengthen, rise, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes. Come back up into down dog. Try again. Inhaling to plank. Exhaling as we lower. Inhale, lengthen, rise, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. From there, let's ease back down onto all fours. We'll sink our navel, lift our tailbone, lift our head, open our heart, cow. And then exhale, round for cat. Try again. Inhale, open, cow. And exhale, round cat. Return to neutral spine. Extend through the heel of your right foot. And then let's step that foot forward. So we're going to place the foot between our hands. Once there, press down through that top of your left foot, lift up our body. Reach to the sky, crescent moon. Let's open the arms wide, neutralize the spine, begin to hinge forward, and let's bring our ribs right onto that front thigh for our airplane. And then we'll exhale the hands down. Let's tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee, and that's going to bring us into runner's lunge. So think about a good straight line from the top of our head reaching out through that back heel. Now let's step back with the right foot, returning us to our plank. Exhale as we lower. Inhale, we lengthen, rise, cobra. Exhale, come back up into downward facing dog. And then come back to all fours. Once again, sink the navel, lift the tailbone, lift the head, open the heart, cow. And then exhale, round out for cat. and come back to neutral. Let's extend through the heel of our left foot this time, and then we'll step it forward so it ends up between our hands. Once there, press down through the top of that right foot, reach to the sky, crescent moon. Let's open the arms, neutralize the spine, and then hinge forward into our airplane. Release the hands to the mat, tuck the right toes under, lift that right knee, and let's build our runner's lunge. From there, we'll step left foot back, holding on to plank. Modify if you'd like. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lengthen, rise, cobra. Exhale again, downward facing dog. Let's walk the dog a few more times. And then we're going to raise up both heels and press them back down. From there, take a giant step forward, right foot, then left foot. Toes close, heels apart. Slowly begin to roll up. Reach up high to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look out. And exhale, sink deeper. Inhale, let's roll up. Reach high to the sky. Exhale to the heart. Inhale, again, extend. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look out. And exhale, sink deeper. Right foot back, left foot back, we hold plank. Exhale, we lower. Inhale, we lengthen, rise, cobra. Exhale again, downward facing dog. Inhale to that plank. And exhale, down dog. Right foot forward, left foot forward, toes close, heels apart. Inhale, roll up. Reach high, touch the sky. Exhale to the heart. Again, inhale, extend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look out. Exhale, down we go. Left foot back, right foot back, plank. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, lengthen, rise, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, return to plank. And exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, right foot forward, toes close, heels apart. Inhale, roll up. Reach to the sky. Exhale to the heart. Inhale again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look out. Exhale, sink deeper. Right foot back, left foot back, plank. Exhale, going down. Inhale, lengthening, rising for cobra. Exhale, tuck toes down, dog. Inhale again to plank. And exhale, down dog. Right foot forward, left foot forward, toes close, heels apart. Inhale, roll up. Reach to the sky. Exhale to the heart. Inhale again to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look out. And exhale, sink deeper. Left foot back, right foot back, plank. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale again to plank. And exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, right foot forward, toes close, heels apart. Inhale, up we roll. Reach to the sky. Exhale to the heart. And then just open into standing mountain pose. Spread out your toes nice and wide. Feel your feet gripping the earth. Extending our fingertips downward. Feeling the top of our head reaching towards the sky. Inhale, extend to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look out. And exhale, let's sink down. So feel your ribs rest on your thighs. Let's cradle our elbows in the palms of our hands, forming a frame. And just let your head dangle within that frame. And then from there, let your fingers return to the mat. Let's step back with our right foot. So we're going to first build our lunge. Once there, press your heel down. Turn your right toes out. Draw a straight line from your left heel to the back of your right heel. Lifting upper body. We've got hip bones facing forward. Shoulders squared. Let's add our arms overhead. Warrior one. And then we'll bring the arms forward. Stay long in the waist and let's hinge forward, bringing our ribs close to our front thigh. And then let's inhale and rise back up into warrior one. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the mat. Lift to the ball of the right foot. Send the left foot back into plank. Exhale, let's lower. Inhale, lengthen, rise, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale again to plank. And exhale, down dog. Step the right foot forward, step the left foot forward, toes close, heels apart. Inhale, roll up. Reach to the sky. Exhale to the heart. And let your arms come along at your sides and return to standing mountain pose. Let's inhale again to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look out. And exhale, sink deeper. Cradling our elbows. Once again, we're going to see if we can feel ourselves let go just a little bit more. Exhale, fingers release to the mat. Giant step back with our left foot. Brings us into lunge. Then we can push the left heel down, turn the left toes out. Align the right heel with the back of your left heel. Let's lift up our bodies, keeping hip bones facing forward, reaching to the sky. Warrior one. And then from there, we open the arms, nice neutral spine, stay long in the waist. Let's hinge forward, bringing ribs close to the front thigh for airplane. And then bring the arms alongside your ears, extending out. We'll inhale, lift back up, returning us to warrior one. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the mat. Come back to the ball of your foot. Into plank we go. Exhale as we lower. Inhale, lengthen, rise, cobra. Exhale, tuck our toes, downward facing dog. Inhale again to that plank. And exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, right foot forward, toes close, heels apart. Inhale, rolling up. Reach high, touch the sky. And exhale to the heart. Now let's inhale to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look out. Exhale, sink deeper. And then let's take the right leg, extend it behind us, hip level, and push out through the heel of your right foot. Meanwhile, your hands form a tripod with your left foot. We can remain like that or align your left thumb with your left pinky toe. Roll the right hip open, add the right arm to the sky. Half moon balance. Exhale, right hand down if it's lifted. Go ahead and bend the right knee and step back with, or bend the left knee, step back with your right foot so you end up in lunge. And then let's walk ourselves around so we end up in a wide straddle. Hands directly under shoulders, big inhale to look out. Exhale, we're melting. Elbows are bent, forearms, upper body totally relaxed. Let's nod our head yes. Shake the head no. Let it hang out. And then press down into your palms so the arms push straighter and straighter. From there, let's bend the left knee, shifting our weight to the left. Keep that right foot flat on the mat so you're really feeling some good stretch in that right inner thigh. Come back to center neutral. Let's raise our heels so we end up on the balls of our feet. And then go ahead and press your heels down and let's lift up the toes and spread your toes out as wide as you can. And then we're going to let the feet melt back down. So we have a nice wide toe spread. Inhale, flat back, look out. Exhale, arms go wide for airplane. And then inhale, we'll slowly rise to standing. Moving into 5-pointed star, we've got our toes in, heels out, arms out, stretch, palms facing the sky. Let's inhale, reach high. Exhale, bend the knees, brush the earth, and inhale back up. Exhale, bend the knees, brushing the earth. Inhale, lift. Once more, exhale, bend the knees, brush the earth. And then inhale, reach high. And then let the arms reopen. And that brings us back into our star. From there, let's let the left arm lower to our left thigh. Extend the right arm high to the sky. Start to inch the left hand straight down that leg and then gaze up at your right hand. And come back into 5-pointed star. Now let's turn our left toes to face the front edge of our mat. Align your left heel with your right arch and begin to bend the left knee. So finding warrior two, looking out past that left hand. And then let's pull it straight and try again. And then we'll pull straight. And again, holding on to warrior two. And let's extend and lift the left, lower the right, turning left palm to the sky, reverse warrior. As we exhale, let's bring the left forearm to the left thigh. Extend the right hand high to the sky. There's our extended angle pose. And then start to lower that right arm towards your right hip. It makes a full circle. On the way back up, we come back into warrior two. Reverse warrior. And then pull that left leg straighter, straightest. And there's our reverse triangle. Now we're ready to bring our arms back to shoulder level. There's our start position. And start to pull that right hip right. Extend that left arm far, far away, as far as it can go without compromising the openness. And then as we exhale, let's lower the left hand, lift the right. And that brings us into our triangle pose. Feel the body opening, lengthening, breathing into all that space that you've created. And on our next exhale, let's start rebending the left knee. Coming back into extended angle, you can either keep your forearm on your thigh, you could reach your hand all the way to the mat. As we exhale, begin to revolve the upper body. Let's return to the ball of our foot. So we're back in our lunge. And now let's press down into that right hand. Inhale, left arm out to the side. Exhale, revolve in our waist. And there's our twisting lunge. Beautiful. Exhale the hand down. Step the left foot back. We've got a good strong plank. Exhale, we're lowering. Inhale, we're rising into cobra. Exhale, we're back up into downward facing dog. Inhale, let's come back to plank. Remain in plank or insert a push-up. And then we're back up into downward facing dog. Now let's take that right heel, extend it behind us, start reaching it towards the sky for three-legged dog. And then we'll step our right foot forward between our hands, bringing us back into lunge. Once we've made it into lunge, let's see if we can lift into high lunge. And then perhaps add the arms for crescent lunge. And let's exhale the hands back down. Left foot steps forward, toes close, heels apart. Imagine you've got a tiny chair behind you. You're going to bend those knees and try to sit your butt down in that tiny chair. Pulling the knees closer together. Lift your ribs from your thighs. Edge your arms alongside your ears for chair pose. Now let's inhale and try rising from our chair. Exhale, let your hands press together at your heart. And then inhale, touch the sky. And exhale, fold forward again. Inhale, look out. And exhale as we sink. Now let's take that left leg extended behind us, hip level. Hands form a tripod with your right foot. We can stay in our tripod balance, or we could move to half moon by aligning right thumb with right pinky toe. Rolling left hip open, adding left arm to the sky. Exhale, let's bring that hand back down if it's lifted. And then we're going to step back with our left foot, bringing us back into our lunge. Now we're ready to walk our hands around, so we end up in straddle, and we should be facing the other side of our mat. Once there, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink deeper. Bend the elbows. Let the head just hang out. We'll nod it a few times, yes. And then we'll shake it, no. And just hang. From there, let's push down into the palms once again. And now we're going to bend the right knee. So shift your weight to the right. Keep that left foot flat on the mat. Feel that good stretch happening in the inner left thigh. And then let's come back to neutral. And let's raise our heels so we end up way up high on the balls of our feet, that big toe knuckle. And then press your heels all the way down. And then from there, let's lift our toes. And while they're lifted, try to stretch them out really wide. And then we'll let our feet go completely flat into the mat. Inhale, flat back, look out. Exhale, arms go wide for airplane. And then inhale, let's rise to standing. Opening palms to the sky, feet a little wider than our hips. And that brings us back into five-pointed star. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, fold forward, brushing the earth. Inhale, back up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward. Inhale, rise. Once more, exhale, fold forward. And inhale, rise. And then let's reopen to star. From there, let's lower the right arm alongside the right hip, lift the left arm high. Start to inch the right hand down the outside of your thigh and just gaze up at that left hand. And then come back to neutral. Let's extend both arms high. And let the arms go wide. And we're back into our five-pointed star. Next, we're ready to turn our right toes to the front end of our mat. Align our right heel with our left arch. And when you feel ready, bend the right knee. Find that place where your body weight is centered equally into both feet. You're feeling nice and tall and centered. And breathe. Now start to extend that right arm farther forward. Lift the right, lower the left. Turning right palm to the sky. Reverse warrior. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring right forearm to right thigh. Left arm high to the sky. Extended angle pose. Let the left arm start to lower towards your left hip. It's going to make a full circle. Pulling us right back up into warrior two. Extending forward, moving back into reverse warrior. And then pulling that left leg straight without locking takes us into reverse triangle. From there, we'll bring our arms back to shoulder level. That's our start position. And we're ready to begin pulling that left hip left, extending that right arm far, far away, as far as it will go. Once we can't go any further in either direction, we can lower the right and lift the left. And visualize yourself pressed up against the wall. So we want to feel nice and open in the front of the body, lots of space in our spine, no tension in the neck or the shoulders. Got another inhale as we are. On the exhale, let's bend the right knee, returning to extended angle pose. Forearm and the thigh, or keeping your hand reaching down to the mat. And then as we exhale, let's revolve upper body. Returning to our lunge. We're going to keep pressing down with that left hand. Inhale, right arm to the side. And then exhale, revolve with the waist. And that takes us into our twisting lunge. We'll exhale the hand back down. Step back with that right foot hanging out in your plank. Exhale, let's lower down. Inhale, lengthen, rise for cobra. Exhale, let's tuck those toes. Come on back up into downward facing dog. Inhale again into plank. We can hang out there or insert our push-up. And then we're back up into downward facing dog. Let's take the left leg, start reaching back with the heel, extend that leg to the sky. There's our three-legged dog. And then let's step the left foot through the hands, returning us to our lunge. Once we feel established in our lunge, let's lift upper body for high lunge. And then see if you can add your arms to the sky for crescent lunge. As we exhale, we'll fold forward, hands on the mat. Step the right foot forward, toes close, heels apart. Start to bend your knees like you're about to sit in a tiny chair. While you're doing that, pull the knees closer together, lift your ribs from your thighs. Add your arms alongside your ears. And then let's inhale, rise to the sky. Exhale, hands to our heart. And then return to standing mountain pose. So now, from standing mountain pose, let's move into our tree pose. So let's begin to shift our weight into our right foot. And then when you feel like your weight is there, just place your left heel against your right ankle bone and let your hands come to your heart. So remember, we need a focal point for the eyes. We need to really engage the abdominals. And when you feel ready, you can lift your toes. And you can place that foot anywhere you'd like, as long as you don't push against your knee joint with your heel. And then perhaps you want to grow the branches of your tree. Let's try opening our branches, letting them lower. Then we can set our foot back down. Come back into that standing mountain pose and breathe. And then let's prepare for the other side. So we begin to shift our weight to our left foot this time, placing right heel against left ankle bone, hands together at heart. Got our focal point, we can feel our abdominals engaging. And then when you're ready, you can lift those toes a little higher. And then perhaps add the branches of your tree. Let the arms go wider. Let them float all the way down. Let's reroot the tree. And we're back into standing mountain pose. From there, we're going to inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, let's fold forward. Inhale, look out. Exhale, sink deeper, and then again, inhale, roll back up. Reach high, touch the sky. Exhaling through the heart. Inhale again. This time, exhale, open just the arms. Let them hook together behind you. Roll the shoulder blades together. Pull down with your knuckles. Opening your throat, opening your heart center. And then we'll inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, begin to hinge. Folding forward, feeling your ribs resting on your thighs. Let your head drop. Let the arms extend towards the sky. Breathe. Good, and as we exhale, we'll release the hands. I'm going to trickle right down and just take a couple breaths while we're here. From there, hands to the mat. Let's step back with the right foot and our left foot hanging out in our plank. And then let's keep right shoulder over right wrist so we can turn to the side for our side plank. Modify to the side of your knee if you'd like. And then see if you can take that left foot and just step it in front of the right foot. Beautiful. Now, we're going to bend that right knee, come right down, have a seat on your right hip. And then your left foot should be in position to just cross a little bit further over that bent leg. Let's walk our right hand a little further behind us. Sitting nice and tall, inhale. On the exhale, let's bring that left upper arm to the inside of our left thigh and rotate to look over that right shoulder. And then let's inhale back up. Exhale, the arm comes down. We can uncross the legs. Let's come back around onto all fours. And then let's move ourselves into our plank. And now we're ready for left shoulder over left wrist. Same thing. Going to open to the side for side plank. And then see if you can take that right foot stepping in front of the left leg. And then from there, we're going to bend the left knee so we can come right down onto our left hip. Letting the right foot cross further over the left leg. Walking the left hand a little further behind us. Inhaling taller, exhaling, bringing that right upper arm to the inside right thigh. And then rotating at the waist to look over that shoulder. Beautiful. Inhale, touch the sky. And exhale, lower down. And then we're ready to uncross our legs. And let's come back around onto all fours. Once there, let's sink the navel, lift the tailbone, lift the head, open the heart, cow. And then exhale, round out for cat. And return to neutral. From there, let's ease to the forearms. Let's walk our feet back and come into a forearm plank. So same thing in our planks. We want to make sure the belly button stays nice and tight. Relax the buttocks and feel like you're pushing out through your heels, reaching out through the top of your head. And then let's ease to our knees and the tops of our feet. Melt yourself down and start by just resting your forehead on the back of your hands. Now let's extend the left arm and simply roll onto your left side. Once you're on your left side, let's bend the right knee. See if you can bring your heel up close to your bottom. Grab hold of whatever you might be able to reach. And think about keeping your knees close together and feeling that stretch going up the front of that right thigh. And see if you can still hold on to that foot as you roll back onto your belly. Once you've made it back onto your belly, try stretching your left arm a little bit farther, adding a little bit of lift, and then maybe getting that right thigh to lift. And we'll exhale, float down. Let's extend right arm, right leg nice and straight. And then we're ready to do the other side. So we're gonna roll on to the right side this time. Let's bend the left knee. Grab hold of whatever you can reach back there and just breathe into that front thigh. And then we'll stay attached as we roll back onto our belly. See if you can stretch the right arm a little bit more, add some lift, and then maybe add that left thigh lift. And then we'll exhale back down. And now let's stretch out both arms and both legs as far as we can reach. And then try lifting arms and legs together off the mat. Good, and then let's bend the elbows. So bring them kind of like shoulder level. Palms can face down. And then try bringing the arms alongside you so you've got your palms pressed against your thighs. And then from there, let's melt down. And just breathe. Let's place our hands under the shoulders, let the elbows tuck in. Press to the tops of your feet, your hip bones, lengthen your spine, pulling out through the top of your head, rising up and up and up into Cobra. And then we'll take our time as we push all the way back, bringing us into extended child's pose. Now let's try taking that left arm, threading it through the right armpit. Let your shoulder rest on the mat. We'll bring that arm out. Let's switch. Passing through the other side. And then let's bring that arm out and just extend back a little bit further. Bring the hands closer to the shoulders. We can begin to lift upper body away from the mat. Once we're up, let's come out of a seat. And let's start out with our legs straight in front of us, hands on either side of our hips. Push down into your palms, push out through those feet. Feel like you're trying to press yourself off the mat. And then relax a little bit. Let's walk our hands forward. Push back through the tailbone, melt the upper body, and breathe. And let's inhale, rise back up. Once we're back up, let's just take the legs out wider. Push out through the heels of your feet and let your hands rest in front. And then begin to hinge forward, pushing back through the tailbone. Feel your belly button pulling down. Don't worry about getting your head down. Think about just getting your belly button closer to the mat. Breathing into those inner thighs and outer hips. And let's inhale back up. And start extending that left hand towards your left ankle. We'll send the right arm high and then continue to fold so that your right palm is facing the sky. We're feeling that deep stretch going up the right side of the ribs. And then let's inhale back up to neutral. Exhale, bring the hand down. From there, let's bend the left knee. So we've got the bottom of our left foot pressed against that, or bottom of our right foot pressed against our thigh. Turn to face the left leg, hands on either side. Let's try inching forward. And now we should feel a pretty good stretch going on in that right hip. And then let's move ourselves so we're centered between the bent knee and the straight leg. And then from there, we'll bring ourselves upright. And I want you to bend the left knee. So now you're going to press the bottom of your right foot to the top of that left thigh. So we've got like a little pinwheel for our legs. And then let's take the left hand to that right thigh. Walk the right hand a little bit farther back. We're sitting taller and straighter. And then exhaling a little farther so we can look over that shoulder. And then as we exhale, let's untwist. Let's bring the soles of our feet together. Try moving into our butterfly. Let your feet rest in your hands, and then just try to bring your feet a little closer to your body. While you're doing that, we're going to press the knees open. On our next exhale, feel everything go a little soft. And then let's again stretch the legs out straight. Let your hands start to walk forward. Push back through that tailbone. Melting the upper body. And then we'll slowly rise up. Let's inch our right hand down towards the right ankle. Send the left arm high. We'll side stretch over. And then let's lift back up. Let the hand come down. And now we'll bend the left knee, and we're going to place the bottom of our left foot close to the right inner thigh. Turn so you're facing that right leg, hands on either side. Start to inch a little bit forward. And then let's move so we're kind of center between bent knee and straight leg. And then we can inhale up slowly. Once we're up, let's bend the right knee. So we're going to press the bottom of our left foot against that right thigh. Walk the left hand a little bit farther behind you. Let your right hand rest on that left thigh. Inhale taller, exhale rotate, looking over the left shoulder. And as we exhale, let's untwist. Come back into one more butterfly, so we're bringing the soles of our feet together. Pull the heels in a little closer to your body. Widen the knees, and again, just breathe. Exhale, let's release. And we'll stretch your legs out straight once again. And this time, you're going to place your fingers so they're pointing right at your buttocks. Press down into your palms. Lift and open your heart. And we can stay this way, or you can press down into the bottoms of your feet as you're pulling your hips up and move into a nice reverse plank. And then as we exhale, let's melt back down. And start to walk the hands forward, pushing back through the tailbone. Let your upper body fold as far forward as you can. And then we'll rise back up. And from there, let's bend our knees. And we're going to place our hands so they're behind our thighs. And once there, pull the shoulders down, lift the head, open the heart, and then find your balance on your tailbone. When ready, let's start extending our legs. Go where we can without rounding our back. And then we can add the arms. And then let's slowly open. Feel like someone has a big iron, and they're ironing you from the middle of your body out. Once we're all the way down, you're going to stretch out through your fingers, push out through those heels. Now let's lift just the left arm to the sky. Exhale, let it rest at your side. And then bend both of your knees so you've got your feet on the mat. Toes in slightly, heels out slightly. We're going to bridge up. So we want to feel this in the buttocks and the hamstrings, not in the thighs or the knees. Now lift the right arm towards the sky. And then we'll lift the left arm back up. And then let's open the arms wider, wider, widest until they're all the way on the mat. And we're going to slowly inch back down one segment at a time. Once we've made it back down, let's take the right leg, cross it over the left like you're sitting with your legs crossed, and begin to drop your knees to the left. You're going to take them as far as they'll go without lifting that right shoulder. And just turn your gaze to look right. And then we'll bring the knees back up to neutral. And let's uncross. So both feet are back down on the mat. And then let your right arm come down alongside you and stretch the left arm back behind you. Now start to peel your spine off the mat, returning to our bridge. Activating the back side of the body. And then go ahead and lift up that left arm. We'll lift up the right arm. And then slowly start to inch the spine back into the mat. Once it's all the way down, let's open the arms wider, wider, widest onto the mat. And let's cross left over right this time. And then we're going to drop the knees off to the right, taking them as far as they'll go without lifting that left shoulder. And then we'll bring the knees back to neutral. And we'll uncross. And then from there, let's bring the arms close to the body. And one more time, we're going to peel up into that bridge. Really lifting the hips, keeping the weight out of our neck. And then start to slowly melt back down one segment at a time. Once we've made it back down, let's bring these to the chest. So we can give ourselves a really tight hug, feeling that stretch going down the spine, into the gluteals. Rocking a few times side to side. It's going to massage either side of our spine. And then come back to neutral and let's circle both knees around and around. And then we'll reverse. And then just keep the knees tucked in closer, closer, closest. Begin to separate the knees and just aim each knee out over the shoulders. And then let's take it even wider so we bring the soles of our feet together. While that's happening, we're going to pull the heels close to the body. That's simply our lying butterfly. Separate the feet, press up to the bottoms of your feet, pull down with your hands while your knees are bent. And there's our happy baby. And then try extending the legs straighter and perhaps a little wider for lying fan. And let's pull the legs closer and closer and closer together, pushing those heels towards the sky. Think about pulling your toes over your head. And then you can ease up a little bit. Let's re-bend the knees, keeping them tight to the body. Tighten the belly, press through the back of the ribs. Bring shoulders, neck, and head off the mat. While there, let's stretch the left leg out straight onto the mat. Pull it back in and we'll switch, stretching the right leg out. And pull that back in. And then rest the shoulders, neck, and head back onto the mat. Now we can rest the feet on the mat and just slide one leg out at a time. And then once you've got your legs out straight, push through the heels. Think about tensing only the muscles in your legs. And then feel your legs go completely soft. Tense all the muscles in your arms, stretching from your shoulders to your fingertips. And letting your arms go soft. And just focus on your breath. Let's guide it around the body. Seek out any places that remain tense or tight. Visualize it weaving itself in between each segment of your spine. That means all the way up through the neck. Feel every body part relax. And actually feel your body get really heavy, like it's sinking down into the mat. And then use your breath to begin to breathe away the heaviness. So we end up feeling like we're floating just above the surface of our mats. How does one become a butterfly? You must want to fly so much that you are willing to give up being a caterpillar. Let us set aside all of our anxious thoughts. Make a choice to live today with courage, with an open heart, a grateful heart, and a hopeful heart, spreading random acts of kindness wherever we go. Know that my soul honors your soul. I honor the place in you where the entire universe resides. I honor the light, the love, the truth, the beauty, and the peace within you, because it's also within me. In sharing these things, we are united, we are the same, we are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining me this morning. I'll be back tomorrow night to let you know what we've got going on Monday morning. So in the meantime, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay kind. I'll see you soon. Bye.